everyone, and welcome to our live stream of the Think Global School Oman Showcase. My name is Andrea. I'm a Peruvian 11th grade student, and today I'm gonna be your host. Throughout this stream, we will be highlighting some of the projects, amazing projects, and we will be talking with the students about the process and their experiences in module and in personal projects. So grab a snack, sit back, and enjoy the show.
This is my number one drawing that I made in our first workshop with Ibtihaj, and that's her. And it's so bad.
That's good to practice on,
So bad.
Looks like.
The proportions are out of control. Everything's going wrong, but this was my first ever sketch coming to this module. And my last ever sketch were include these. So I yeah, and these are all done by looking at the person. So no one was stationary, no one was on the internet. It was all still live. Um, this is a part of. So this is another part of our module that we did. We critiqued each other. So this is the critique that they gave for the graphic novel I created when Online Week happened. So I can show you my novel from Online Week. So we had to create a mini one before coming on term so that we could see our progress and see how much it has changed. So this is my one at home. We had no knowledge about how graphic novel works. They just told us to make one, and so I did. And it's all just pencil, basic. I had no knowledge going. I didn't know what the techniques were called. And so after that, learning all of that is the final product that you just saw.
You can see,
Yeah.
it's really
Yeah.
great.
So, yep. We went to We Explore. You'll get to hear about the We Explore more in the presentations. But during We Explore, we went to the Shakira Sands, which is desert, and wherein we hiked for more than 20 kilometers. And it was the most challenging thing I did because it was, even though 20 kilometers doesn't sound that much, it was over the dunes. So you had to walk over the dunes. Oh, hello. We had to walk over the dunes, walk down the dunes. Everyone was getting sunsick. People were dehydrated. It was kind of a chaos at a point, but that's what we persevered. And actually, this sketch is from V Explore. That sketch is from V Explore. I think I can find some more if I have. These are from V Explore. This one. Yeah. So we sketched a lot throughout We Explore, and that was another challenge, sketching throughout We Explore because we were already so tired, and on top of that, observing the things that we had around was another challenge that we had. So yeah, that's a little bit about We Explore. You'll get to know about what we did, like in detail. Um, Now, these are the cultural experiences we had. We went to various different places in Oman. We started our first week by learning Arabic calligraphy. So we basically I had no knowledge of calligraphy. It's personally I still don't know how to do it. It's so hard. It's like especially the Arabic one, knowing nothing about the language and how it's written. It was a challenge for me, but yeah, it was like one of the hardest things I did over the module was to do calligraphy. Um, and then we went to the museum. In the museum, we sketched out the Omani art that were there, and this is a part of it. So here, these are the different things I saw in um, the museum. Um, and then we also went to the opera house, which was so fun. We also got to go to an actual opera later on. What? Oh, we actually got to go to an opera, but it was so cool. We got to we saw the opera, the place where the opera happened, and it's so amazing the way it's built. It was. I mean, we got to learn about how opera work here. I saw an Italian one. It was amazing. It was really great. Then we went to Sidab's Women House, which was basically this organization which include only women, and they support each other through the artistic entrepreneurship that they do. So they only use art, sketching, sewing to sell out their products. And I actually have one. So
Yeah, the products are really amazing.
this one, this
Oh,
little
that's
thing.
really cute.
So yeah. Oh,
Probably
where is it?
remind you of there's a
Yeah.
to here.
So this is one of the things I bought from them. We also got to sew our own tote bags. I don't have a tote bag on me, but it was really great. Um, so we got to learn a little bit about how industrial sewing machines work and how sewing happens. I sew, so like it was not that new to me, but I also got to try out industrial machines. They're really different from normal sewing machines. So that was really fun. So yeah, that was our experiences, and this is our summative book. This is a series of graphic novels done by all the students, and so it's called Into the Dunes, and it starts here. This is hers, Andrea's, and you get to see, if you flip, you get to see the different styles we all used. So you see how people, even though we got the same classes, same workshops, we really went into what we personally liked and what we wanted to do with our art. So that's another one. That's Shadi's. um, this is another different style used by Shadi. So yeah, this is our summative book. You feel free to flip over, read the story. But yeah, that was our module, and you'll find more details about it in our presentations.
That's really
Yeah.
great. It's very nice
Yeah.
to see that. Great job.
So, Arian, oh, wait.
Is this live?
Please, yeah, please tell us who you are and where are you from?
I'm Aryan. I'm from India.
And what are you presenting?
I am presenting my module, which is an art module. Visually, I'm on it. Wait, let me show it to them. Oh, yeah, wait. We've logged the editor. Why? Anyways, yeah. Here.
Okay, can you tell us what you learned during this module?
I learned a lot. Like, I mean, what didn't I not learn? So I would start by saying technical stuff, art stuff. I got to learn about the fundamentals of fine arts. I got to learn about how perspectives work, how composition works, how like different areas, the different concepts of graphic novel design works, like panels, character design, paneling, stuff like that. Um, Culturally, I got to learn a lot about Omani art. I got to learn about the art history of Oman. This is all of my drawings, which I created over the term, and this is a new style I tried out. I did not try out this style. This is another thing I learned, which was kind of finding one of the art styles I personally like to do, which is exploring line weights. So for this example, this one, you see how variety of line weights are shown, and that's one thing that I really got to experiment this term, was the different ways of sketching and how it can show what the drawing portrays. So that's one. Let's see what else. I actually another thing that I learned was which might not seem as big, but it's creating a process on your art style and how to come to a final product, because this was one of the projects I've done for just in art, and it's really different from what I usually do. I do not have a concrete plan to come up with the submitted product, but here from our module I got to learn what works for me, the brainstorming, how that works for me. So me as an artist, so exploring Oman, exploring art, and exploring what works for me was like the three big things I learned. Yeah.
What inspired you to create your graphic novel? Can you show us your graphic novel?
Sure. Give me a second. Where is mine? Let's see. Here it is. Cool. That is my graphic novel, Dune Insanity. And this might seem um, chaotic, and if you think it's chaotic, that's exactly what I wanted to show. So, to start with, I used mixed media. I used paper cutouts. I used different medias like tissue papers, croissant wrappers, paper cutouts from my journey in Oman. This is me in the desert, in the we explore actually, and yeah, this is the mixed media I used.
Can you give us a brief summary of what your graphic novel is about?
So, um, my graphic novel is so more than the story. I focused on the art. The story is pretty. I would say it's an exaggerated form of what happened in our time in Oman. So it's about this girl whose name is Yola, and Yola is with her group of friends, and they're hiking through the mountain, and Yola is not able to walk as quickly as them, and so Yola asks for help so many times, but they end up ignoring her, and then she passes out, and then they help each other out, figure out how their dynamics work, and at the end they do it, and that is my graphic novel. It's a very simple story. I wanted to focus more on the art than the story. So, yeah. You can. Did you read ours?
Thank you
Yeah.
so
Did you
much.
like it? Yeah.
Hi, can you tell us who you are and where are you from?
I'm Sally and I'm from England.
So, what are you presenting here?
Well, I'm currently at my module booth, which is Guardians of the Deep. For our module, we usually in modules tend to have one summative that everyone kind of does their own version of. But in our module, we all got to choose what our summative is. So here, there's a children's magazine, which I did. We have a documentary. We have a turtle tutorial. We have a short film. We have comics. We have an infographic, and then we have a designed app. So everyone got to choose something different to do. And oh, we also have a children's book and a research paper and another book that someone else is holding. It's an understanding of marine biology and scuba diving.
What was the driving question of your module?
It was about, I don't remember it off the top of my head, but it was about conservation efforts in Oman and underwater life. So it was pretty much marine biology and scuba diving were the main aspects that we looked at.
And why did you decide to create a magazine?
I decided to create a kids magazine because one, I'd never done it before, and I thought it'd be cool to dive into something that I have no practice in, to learn something completely new. Also, I find that the best way to get kids, for there to actually be change in something scientific or environmental, is to aim it towards children because they're the next generation. They're going to have the most impact. So if they grow up knowing how to be conservative and what's actually impacting the oceans, then they can help hopefully change it in the future. So that's the main reasons I went for a magazine aimed for kids.
Can you tell us what were the main challenges doing your kids magazine or in the module in general?
So originally, I'll talk about the summative first, the magazine. My biggest challenges with the summative, the magazine, was actually finding a website that makes the magazine actually look like a magazine. Like I couldn't find one that suited me or what I needed, so I was like, oh, I don't know what to do. It was really irritating. But then I was like scrap looking for a website that will help make a magazine. Let's think of all the content first. So I looked at all the content and wrote everything that I want to be included in my magazine, and then I thought about its layout, and that made the process of trying to lay out the magazine and find something to lay out on a lot easier. Also, TGS told us that we had a magazine subscription thing already, so that made it easier. Other challenges with the module. Everything was new this module. I had never scuba dived before, and I had never been taught marine biology before. But at the end of this, so that was a challenge initially coming into it, like scuba diving, learning how to put together my equipment before going in the water. I didn't know how to do it, but now I do, and I'm confident, and I'm an open water certified diver. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Hi, can you tell us who you are and where are you from?
My name is Doan Kim and I'm from South Korea.
What are you presenting here?
I'm presenting my module, which is sailing module. Yeah.
Can you tell us about your experience in the sailing module?
So basically, our module is learning how to sail, and at the same time, we learn about the history of sailing in Oman and trade, and also the boats. Yeah, and you can see these are our summative. So if you scan your camera into this QR code, it leads to the informative videos, which is very different topic. So if you scan this like this QR code, it leads to the TGS sailing experience, and this lead to how to tag. Yeah, those kind of things.
Can you tell us one of your favorite experiences in the sailing module?
I think one of my favorite experience was like we explore, because our we explore was really cool and it was so unique and it was so chill. And also we saw the dolphins at the Dao boat because we spent one night at the Dao boat, so it was such a cool experience. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And the fishing industry can exploit this because they don't belong to the state. So people know. So that's one of the issues.
Hi, can you tell us who you are and where are you from?
Is this the live? Hi, my name is Sipurazi from South Africa, and this is my project.
Can you explain?
Can I see who's on the live stream?
Okay, can you explain more about your project, Sipo?
Okay. So my project is a environmental magazine, and it basically talks about issues in Malaysia that are linked to fish bombing.
And what inspired you to create this project?
I was inspired by my love for the environment, and I thought this is the perfect place to show that.
What were the main challenges of creating your project?
I think one of the main challenges was being on an island by myself and having to survive and capture data and learn about different people who speak a different language than mine. So I think that was the hardest part of this project.
Thank you so much, Sipo.
Spanish. Yeah, and the last one in graphite. And through these courses, I'll create 3 different portraits of 3 different Afro-Latino icons whose stories warrant shares to different
And is it the entire Latin America?
I'm gonna be
Except for Brazil, because you're focusing on Spanish.
yeah, I'm gonna be focusing on like Hispanic Latinos, yeah.
And it's the entire Latin America?
The essay focuses on different examples throughout Latin America, but the portraits I'm going to be focusing on very specific people. I haven't nailed it down completely yet of who I'm going to be choosing. I'll have to do more research and understand their stories and kind of create a mini biography based on
And like, what do you know already what you're going to be focusing on while searching those people? Like, what draws you? Like, what's really to for you when you're looking to those the icons?
I think I'm going to look for people that really embody and appreciate and love the fact that they're human. Because a lot of the time we see negative in the culture, specifically in Latin America. So people who embody that fully and embrace it or spreading that energy. For instance, someone like Cecilia Cruz, who was an amazing Cuban artist. She really embraced her blackness and she had a lot of songs that talk about it and mention it. So she would be an example of someone that I would like to create a portrait of.
Okay. Oh, okay. And I see that are you focusing on art, or kind of are you focusing on the Afro-Latinos from different areas and
So in this essay, in this video essay, it starts off with the roots, so the transatlantic slave trade and how that brought an influx of Africans into the continent. So that was kind of the roots. Then I move into the influence. starting with basically art, so music, different songs, different styles, different that have different dances as well. So this is a project that took the fashion, all these things that are integral and considered very Americans that have an environment is a lot of African religion. A big part of it was also the religion is where the locals slaves would take place. Barber made up the religion was forced upon them and mixed it with African traditional practices. For example, would be Santeria in Cuba, which takes Yoruba practices and Catholicism, veneration, and it's amazing for voodoo in Haiti, although it's not like American, it's still in the area. Yeah, so that's that. And getting the inequality, the socio-economic issues that are faced by a lot of Afro-Latinos. So that could be with school rates, the amount of school dropouts rates. In Malaysia, you're more likely to be poor or below the poverty line if you are part of a specific racial group. So I talk about that as well in the last part. And then finally in the video essay, I then go into what I would consider an Afro-Latino, and that's just someone whilst competing with the bigger industries that have bigger role. So this is a way that they're trying to stay.
Last question. How does language play in the culture? Because this is like a language project. And so how does language relate to culture and kind of the infusion of, is there?
Yeah, I mean you're unable to understand a culture or truly immerse in it if you are not able to communicate with the people through the language. Just like what Nelson Mandela said, you don't talk to people. In order to talk to someone, talk to them through their mother tongue. When it comes to this project, I'm specifically working on the skills that I'd like to develop. So comprehension, so that's going through all the sources, that's writing when I'm writing an essay, that's speaking skills when I'm actually saying the first audio essay, and that is my listening skills when I'm going through all the courses. So I'm trying to develop specific skills so that I can use the Spanish to actually.
Oh, okay, so it is Spanish. I'm just curious because there is a lot of influence in Spanish from Afro-Latinos, right? So there's like different words or like cultural influences that are like enriching Spanish. So it's like, wow. Oh, it's super rich. Yeah. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm cheering you on. I was like, I look forward. I hope I will be able to see the. I'm going to follow up with that.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Good luck.
Hi, can you tell us who are you and where are you from?
Yo, what's good? My name is Yeli. I'm from the US and Cote d'Ivoire. Bruh.
So can you explain to us your personal project?
So, in this project, which is called Retratos Escondidos, I'm working on my Spanish by creating portraits of different Afro-Latino icons whose stories haven't been shared. So, right now, I'm showing the first phase of my project, which was creating a video essay explaining who Afro-Latinos are, where they come from, the influence that they have around Latin America, and some of the inequalities that are faced due to various socioeconomic issues. The next phase of my projects will be taking courses completely in Spanish, where I make 3 different portraits of 3 different Latin American, Afro-Latino, icons whose stories were not able to be shared because of different reasons.
What inspired you to create this project?
I think it's because of the area that I grew up in the United States, and being exposed to many Afro-Latino classmates whose stories weren't heard. And were kind of ignored because a lot of the media representation of Latin Americans generally is one type of person, and that doesn't match into the reality because there's a whole bright mosaic of diversity around the continent. So I wanted to kind of display that through my project.
So yeah, what do you have here?
And what were the main challenges doing your personal project?
The main challenge is that I do not speak Spanish, and I made a video in Spanish, and I made an essay in Spanish, and I'm taking courses in Spanish. So it's not my first language, and I'm trying to understand everything and not feel overwhelmed can get a bit difficult. But overall, it's really fun.
But why Spanish?
Every year of my schooling, I've learned Spanish. That's been my chosen language. That's mostly because I grew up in New Jersey, which is around New York, and there's a very strong Spanish is a very important language to be able to speak because there are so many Spanish speakers in the area. So I'm probably going to go back home to New Jersey, and I want to be able to communicate with as many people as I can.
Thank you so much.
Was that on live? Hi, mommy.
Do you know?
Just press stop.
Bye bye.